What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Dugai, coming at y'all with another episode of Dropping Dimes with Mr. Dugai. And today I'm going to preview this Saturday's AFC Divisional Round matchup. You have the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to take on the Tennessee Titans. And it should be a good one, yo. Before I get into this video, for everyone, if you want to give me a follow on my social media platforms, I'm gonna have all that information down in the description box. May not always get a chance to respond to questions and comments on these videos, so feel free to DM me. And whenever I get a chance to, I'll get back at you. Come holler at your boy. Also, if you a Madden 22 player on Xbox One, I'm gonna have my Xbox One gamer tag down in the description box also. Y'all may hear a beeping noise throughout the video. Y'all please disregard that, and I apologize for the inconvenience. Here we go, man. Cincinnati Bengals versus the Tennessee Titans, yo. Tennessee Titans obviously coming into this game as the number one seed. Had a first round bye last week. Their last outing they took on the Houston Texans. A game that they jumped out to a big 21-0 lead. Houston, and David Mills came back, made that game a little interesting, but Tennessee ultimately hung on to win the game. Tennessee, it's been a strange year for them. They've beaten some really good teams, and lost to a couple of teams they probably had no business losing to. But nevertheless, here they are, man, the number one seed in the AFC. And especially with this new format where only the top seed gets the bye week, it's very, very important to get it, and they got it this season. Of course, they led by quarterback Ryan Tannehill, who's had an emergence since he's went over to the Tennessee Titans. Went there as Marcus Mariota's backup. Then Mariota got injured. We all know the story. Tannehill comes in, gets a big deal. And he's the guy. He's up and down, man. There's times where he looks really, really good, and there's times where it's like, he don't look so hot. The big news is, running back Derrick Henry played this week. Derrick Henry has been out for a while, but he's been practicing, and all signs indicate that he'll be ready Saturday, though nothing has been official yet. Even if he can't go, Hilliard and Foreman have been doing a good job carrying the load and filling in for him. Wide receiving core, they've been banged up for the majority of the season, but they're back healthy now and got in the dynamic duo of A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. Two guys that we know could really get the job done. Could make cornerbacks look silly and really do their thing. And you look at them defensively, they get pressure on the quarterback with a guy, they got a guy like Bud Dupree back there, down there in that D line. A young, got my guy Christian Fulton over there from LSU playing corner, but you got a really good safety in Kevin Byard. They're a defense that, they had their moments. Like when they played Kansas City earlier this year, I mean, they smacked them around. They absolutely obliterated them. But then, they kind of gave up a little bit of yards and points to Houston. But, when they clicking, they look really good, man. And then when you look at now the Cincinnati Bengals, they coming in off of their first playoff win in 31 years. Shout out to my guys, Jambalaya Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, two LSU dudes. They did their thing last week. They beat the Raiders. And, I got off to a really hot start in that first half. The second half, things kind of slowed down for them a little bit. But nevertheless, got the win. Did a good job holding an explosive Raiders offense to 19 points. Offensively, like I said, Jambalaya Joe Burrow, like he's that dude, man. Excuse me. We all seen it at LSU, obviously, so as well as Jamar Chase. Joe Mixon is a very good running back out the backfield, and is having a really good season. And it's not just Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Uzama. Those are some really good weapons at the Cincinnati Bengals arsenal that Jambalaya Joe Burrow has to throw to. So, you got to keep tabs on that. And then defensively, I like to call them, they got a bunch, kind of some journeymen there. Trey Hendrickson's been their best defensive player, though he got hurt, so we don't know his status coming forward for the game Saturday. But he's had 14 sacks this year. Really had a good year. Sam Hubbard, Cincinnati native, he does his thing. And got a younger set guys like Von Bell and Hilton, guys that have come from other guys that are still relatively young but have come from other places. But yeah, good win for them last week against the Raiders. Looking forward to this matchup. Breaking down it when I look at the Cincinnati Bengals going up against the Tennessee Titans, I like Cincinnati's weapons going up against a Tennessee secondary, with the exception of Kevin Byard, has not been great this season. So I like those receivers going up against that secondary. But I do worry about Cincinnati's offensive line going up against Tennessee's defensive line. Tennessee, I feel like, could get pressure on Burrow in this game. With them being at home, them having the crowd noise behind them, they could definitely get after Jambalaya Joe with pressure. So we're going to see what happens there. When you look at the other side of the ball, the Tennessee Titans, I don't know if Cincinnati could, if Derrick Henry does indeed play and he's somewhat himself. I don't know if the Cincinnati Bengals could slow him down, yo. I don't know if they got enough physicality in their front seven to man up and slow down this downhill rushing attack of the Tennessee Titans all game long. And I'm not sure if their secondary could keep up with the likes of an AJ Brown and Julio Jones, two very, very physical wide receivers. So that's how I feel about that. Um, as far as a prediction, man, look, I'm gonna be honest. I am pulling for the Cincinnati Bengals. Jambalaya Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. I'm pulling for those guys. Shout out to Christian Fulton for Tennessee also, but I'm pulling for Tennessee. But I just don't think that they're gonna get it done, man. I just feel like the Tennessee Titans at home are gonna win this game. If Derrick Henry, even if Derrick Henry don't play, I think with a guy like Foreman, I just think Tennessee is going to be a little too physical up front for Cincinnati to be able to handle. So I got the Tennessee Titans winning this game. I'm going to go with a score of, let's see, give me 20. I'm going to go 24. I'm going to go 24 to 17, Tennessee Titans over the Cincinnati Bengals. But we'll see what happens, yo. But with that being said, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Hit the like button for your boy. Give me a subscribe. I'm gonna have Philadelphia Eagles, NFL, and content on my other teams throughout the year. Y'all have a blessed one. Fly Eagles, fly.